What's up, gang, and welcome back to another edition of Road Trippin' with the Rules.
Hi, guys, and thanks so much for joining us. If this is your first time, please be sure to subscribe, hit that notification bell, and like this video. We will have more of the Rudes Real Reviews coming your way, as well as some of our travel trips.
Yep.
If you've been riding with us all along, thank you so much. Just a reminder, guys, be sure to comment down below, join in on the conversation, and as always, full on spoiler, we are going to go through everything. We don't say a word while watching. We wait until we're filming with you guys. So be sure to interact. I'm looking forward to your take on this. Let's get into it. This is the Marvel Black Widow that we have been waiting for over a year. They originally were going to do it back in May of 2020, but thanks to the pandemic, it was pushed back. It is in theaters across the country. It's also available on Disney Plus Premier Access. So, I don't know about you guys. I was super excited. You see, I've got my Black Widow shirt, wife, mom, hero.
Yes.
And you've got your PIM technologies.
Yeah, you know. I need some PIM particles for this.
Let's see. Okay, so
give me your overall take on the movie, first of all, before we get into details.
So
we're going to switch it up here a little bit.
It's an origin story. And full disclaimer, guys. Black Widow is a spy. I don't like spy movies. I haven't seen 007 since Sean Connery was 007. I've never seen Mission Impossible. I don't know anything about Bourne Identity or, you know, whatever's going on.
Oh, she's killing me.
It's not my thing. However, I see the attraction to it.
Okay.
Right? So I see the draw. There's that quick movement. There's that action. There's that espionage.
Did you or did you not like the movie? Yes or no?
It's an origin story.
Did you or did you not like the movie? This is the real review. This is what the people come for.
So I want to talk through it first.
All right. I ain't like it. This goes into the Incredible Hulk files. And Thor 1 and Thor 2. It goes into those files and Captain Marvel files. Yeah, it goes into that file where...
First of all, Captain Marvel was amazing.
It was.
If you want to see our review for that, we'll include that.
It goes into those files where... And it probably goes in there because... it's really no true connective tissue to the current MCU. Only thing we got, we sat through 2 hours and 15 minutes to get an end credit scene. That was more interesting than anything else. And I'll explain my thoughts as we go along. Okay.
I'm curious about that. So, guys, before the premiere of this movie, I actually had an opportunity to write a blog for WDW magazine, and I listed my top 5 reasons why I'm excited for this movie.
I loved it today.
I will say,
great read.
Thank you. I will say this, guys. It is an origin story. And so I want to emphasizing that because I think it's important. For me, watching an origin story, knowing what the end is, was interesting to me because it was like how, you know, like Deadpool or other movies, I'll be like, you're probably wondering why I'm dead or how I got here. Yeah. You know, shout out to Cusco.
Yeah, we already know how you got
group,
there.
Right? So I thought it was interesting. And for me, when I even entertained thinking about Black Widow's story, I immediately thought of Wanda Maximoff and Pietro, like just kind of like in a room, not much engagement except for training. I'm glad that they flushed this out, because a lot of times you'll hear controversy about the accent or lack thereof from Black Widow,
they kind of
as well as Wanda. And this is what I was going to say. So it starts off in Ohio, 1995. You have a blue-haired older sister and a younger sister.
Year, wasn't it?
Yes, it was, guys. Listen, the music was great too. Listening to an interesting version of an interesting version of Teen Spirit.
Yeah, did you like that?
I never heard of it before, and it was interesting. I knew it was Teen Spirit, so I thought that was good.
Yeah, I did too.
I liked the take on it. I did.
It was okay.
So you have a dad come home and say, it's time to run. I thought it was great to have the mom. She was very maternal. Like, no, that's iridescence or, like bioluminescence. Mm-hmm. And so you knew she was, had knowledge of science, mm-hmm. but you didn't really know what was going on. And so she's like, it's time to go home. And the girls are like, but we are home. And the younger sister, they play The Day the Music Died, which that's a jam of mine. Mm-hmm. I liked the context of it.
What context did you get out of it? I got some too. I want to see if we're on the same page.
I would have believed that those were her parents.
Oh, I thought you were talking about the song.
No, I'm talking about like the whole scene. I would have believed that those were her parents. The Day the Music Died is the story of Buddy Holly and like when his plane went down.
Yeah.
So what did you think about it?
I just put it in the context of Black Widow, Natasha Romanoff is back. She's not in America no more. Bye bye, Miss American Pie.
Got it. I thought it was interesting too because they are Russian spies that it was saying bye bye Miss American Pie.
Yeah.
So you're right.
Yeah.
You're right. So they do that, and then I just had little problems with, and again, I don't watch spy movies, guys. So when they were leaving and the dad was hanging on the plane.
Mm-hmm.
Too soon after Fast 9, guys. Too soon after us seeing cars in space. Are we seeing a man just hanging on? Now, at this point, though, I didn't know that he was a super soldier.
Oh, I was about to say, I did. But that's because,
I knew his story, but I didn't know if he had the exact serum, and I didn't, so it was like,
So you knew that was Red Guardian?
Yes, because of the previews.
Oh, well then, you should have known that he had the super serum.
I was just like, why is he hanging on a plane like that?
All right, yeah, no, I didn't mind that because he's a super soldier.
Well, yes, but but then they arrive in Cuba.
But Bucky can jump out of an airplane with no parachute?
All day.
Oh, all right.
Titanium arm.
What the arm got to do with it?
Vibranium arm.
Right.
Correctione.
Yeah,
one time.
Arm.
Vibranium arm. So then you have them arrive in Cuba. You have Black Widow automatically protect her sister and show her skills.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
She turned that gun in a heartbeat.
Yeah.
So then that's when you knew they weren't just in Ohio this whole time, right? That's when you knew, okay, she was trained.
Mm-hmm.
And then you see, then you see the intro, right, of the shipping containers of the girls. So you see the human trafficking, and that's where they play the different version of Teen Spirit. So it's very melancholy. And then you go 21 years later. Right after
Civil War.
Can we talk about the gift that Captain America's Civil War was?
Yo.
Can we talk about it?
That joint was like, I always called it Avengers 2.5. Because I feel like that's what it was.
there were so many things that happened after. You have Black Panther immediately after. You have
Spider-Man.
Black Widow immediately after. You have Spider-Man immediately after. You can still venture off into some other things immediately after too. So I was here for it.
Ant-Man and the Wasp.
Ant-Man and the Wasp. You see Natasha. You see Thunderbolt Ross. Guys, I don't care for Thunderbolt Ross. He's not my cup of tea, right? And then he says to her, well, you assaulted the king of Wakanda. To like make sure that you know this is right after the events of Civil War.
And what he's talking about is she shot at T'Challa.
Yes.
To let Bucky and Cap escape.
I saw I really Scarlett Johansson's such a great actress. I saw depth and like regret just in the facial expressions. I thought it was cool.
No, she plays that role really well.
Then we jump to Morocco. We meet little sis, Yelena. What were your thoughts on Yelena?
I have any. What was I supposed to be thinking?
So you didn't notice the red vial? And then her cutting the locator from her thigh?
I noticed her cutting the locator from her thigh. I didn't know where the red vial came from.
The other Black Widow had it and it like exploded and you see particles really quick.
Yeah.
And you see her kind of in that moment snap out of it.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So
I'm just watching the movie at that point. I ain't thinking of
We then hear on the radio Steve Rogers and Natasha are on the run. We then meet another. Because I wondered, like, it was like mind blowing to see that Hawkeye had a family, and you knew that T'Challa was going back to Wakanda. Where was she going? That's where we meet Mason, right? And he's kind of like a man for hire.
Well, remember, Cap goes to Wakanda as well.
And so does Bucky.
Yeah.
But you it puts the pieces together of where Natasha is. And so Mason, who actually plays June's husband in Handmaid's Tale, so I was happy to see him, kind of is like, if you had friends, you wouldn't be calling someone like me. But obviously, they have a friendship or connection. They've been doing this for a long time.
Yeah. Any thoughts between that on him? I took him to be Natasha's Happy Hogan.
So, did you think S.H.I.E.L.D.? Full disclaimer, guys, we didn't watch the S.H.I.E.L.D. series. So, I thought, was he like...
S.H.I.E.L.D. was chasing her, though.
Yes, but was he somebody that... I was trying to figure out how they connected initially.
Yeah, I don't know.
I thought he was like a part of her S.H.I.E.L.D. life.
I don't know.
So, I was thinking...
I don't know.
I was thinking Colston. I was thinking of Happy Hogan. I would love to see more of him. You kind of have that where he gives her a box and says, here's your stuff from the Budapest house. So it pays off, right? We've been hearing about Budapest forever between her and Hawkeye. So, that kind of like alludes to it. Then her car blows up and we see, finally, Taskmaster. What were your thoughts when you first saw Taskmaster? Let's go. Right?
Let me see what you got.
I feel like Taskmaster was seen in the first trailer for this.
Yeah.
Right? And we were like mind blown. She ends up... When I saw Taskmaster, though, I wondered, was the shield made of vibranium?
I thought that too, but I'm like, nah, it can't be.
Well, you have to remember, though, that you still had some vibranium on the black market.
Yeah, from
Claw.
From Claw, yeah.
So maybe,
it might be.
Maybe Claw hustled that, but I thought that was good.
I just wish we had got more from Taskmaster.
I'm gonna get to that.
More fighting.
I enjoyed seeing Taskmaster at first, and you have the Budapest moment where you have Yelena and you have Natasha have that fight scene, and then you have, Yelena say, "What bullets are those?" And she's like, "Those aren't. Those are arrows."
Yeah.
So it kind of lets you know that her and Hawkeye had a knockdown, drag him out in Budapest.
Yeah, but show me that joint. I don't want to hear about it. We've been hearing about it since day one.
What did you think when you saw the two sisters? They were giving me Anna and Elsa vibes, guys. I don't know.
Heck no.
The redhead, the hair, the blonde. It was giving me Anna and Elsa vibes.
They might have, but I that thought didn't even cross my mind.
I mean, I wanted more, and I get what you're saying. I thought it was funny that they kept on taking jabs at her for being an Avenger. Yeah. Right?
I love the comedy aspect, and it was like family banter.
So it was
good. I like that part.
It was the
movie
Guardians effect. It was the Guardians effect. Yeah. Like after Guardians, you saw a comedic shift in the MCU. Comment down below if you agree, but I feel like there was a comedic shift in the MCU that was much needed, because you had the bombs that were the first two Thors. You had the Hulks that no one wants to remember.
The first two Thors weren't bombs, but they just aren't at the same caliber of all these other ones.
Ladies and gentlemen, if you were to say to me, Nicole, for $1 million, name one line, I would not have $1 million. But, okay, so I liked seeing the army of Black Widows come to kind of attack them, and then you see like the Taskmaster scene where you see Taskmaster with the bow and arrow. So I'm like, okay, so there was a moment with Hawkeye, right? There must have been something going on with Hawkeye. This whole time, I just knew we would see Hawkeye, and we did not. I was confused by that.
That was my thing too. Like, yo, we ain't gonna get no Hawkeye cameo. Maybe that's what I was more upset about. Like, no cameos, bro.
They talked about the Red Room, and they kind of go into it more. And I think it was interesting because we are dealing in a world with a lot of human trafficking and just, these children being picked. And there was one point in the movie where, Natasha didn't know who her mom was. And the, mother figure that she knew was like, your mother didn't give you up. Yeah. This whole time she thought her mother gave her up. I don't know, guys. I will say this. I thought,
I mean, just a quick overview. Where we're at right now is, Black Widow went and retrieved her sister. She went and found her sister in Budapest. Then they went to find Red Guardian. He was locked up. Once they found Red Guardian, they got him out of jail. Then they
get Melina.
Go to Melina's compound. And then that's where you're talking about. Yeah,
so when Melina, first of all, shout out to Red Guardian for trying to wear his pre-quarantine fit. Mm-hmm. I felt your pain. I will forever wear leggings. But it was kind of like an old time, like going back to old times or reminiscing.
No, and it shows how similar his suit was to Cap's as well.
Yes.
With the face mask, helmet, and all that.
I mean, comment down below if you remember the Cold War. It was real. It was scary. So
I don't remember. I ain't that old.
Shots fired.
Yeah, I'm just saying.
Arrows fired. But I thought for Yelena, it was still very much so real to her. So she was like, the happiest moments of my life were fake. Then we get to see Melina and what she's still working on for the Red Room, which is now she's working with pigs, but basically it's a mind control serum. Mm-hmm. Where have we seen serum? Shout out to Falcon and Winter Soldier. It was like a double cross, but I wasn't crazy about it. One of the things that you see throughout is that Natasha knew that she had to kill Dreykov, but regretted his daughter being collateral damage. So you get that payoff. And shocker, right? The little girl blows up. You see that. Fast forward, she's in there with Dracoff, and Taskmaster is actually his daughter. I've never been so disappointed.
Yo, okay. I wasn't feeling that.
A Marvel villain in my life.
I wasn't. Yeah, you was. One other time. The fake Mandarin.
No, this is what I was going to say. Hold on.
She's worse than the fake
Hold
Mandarin.
on. It brought me back to, and look, you're right there. I put it up in my notes. Like, it brought me back to the fake Mandarin. But at least the Mandarin was fake. This is all that we're going to get.
Yeah. No, I wouldn't say that. I wouldn't say this is all you're going to get.
And now, mind you, we didn't see Thanos until like movie 3 or 4, right? I'm used to the build-up. Even though we saw Killmonger immediately in Black Panther, the development was there. The surprise, my daughter's a robot because you blew her up. I hope they utilize Taskmaster for more than that, because if not, it's insulting. I feel like, I know not to question Marvel, but I feel like they missed the mark. This is their third female villain.
I ain't gonna lie. I was excited, bro, for Taskmaster. I was like, okay.
I was excited for Taskmaster, but then when I saw how it went down,
the reveal was so trash, bro.
It was garbage. Like, I feel like Hela was dynamic. I felt like they underutilized Ghost. And now, are they going to underutilize Taskmaster when there are so many?
No. We'll touch back on this, but I don't know. I don't think Taskmaster's done.
I don't know. I don't know, guys. So after that, I struggled. I struggled with the movie.
So all right, here's my issue. In the beginning of the video, I said I was going to touch on it. One is the Taskmaster reveal. That's terrible.
I struggled.
2, you made me wait a year for nothing. You should have brought it out last year.
And not in Premiere Access.
You should have just brought it out last year. You had this high anticipation thing, like we was going to see something mad groundbreaking. Nothing groundbreaking in the Black Widow. Hold on. And third is you can tell that this movie was made. You can just... me, personally, I can just sniff that this movie was made because of, like, Me Too movement, woman empowerment. No. I'm serious, bro. No. That's what it feels like.
Feel free to attack him in the comments.
You can. That's what... I'm going to tell you. That's what this movie feels like to me.
This is why I was excited for this movie. When we had Endgame, Natasha being tied to the Soul Stone made so much sense to me. Like, Natasha and Gamora for the reason of Thanos, but Natasha because not only the sun is going down, big guy, but she really, really and truly was someone that didn't have a family and made a family out of the Avengers and was committed. And so I wanted to give Natasha her flowers, even though she already died.
No, I get all that. But
so I was confused by the Taskmaster, and I checked out. So when Natasha's like interacting with Dracoff,
going into this, did you assume, you just assumed Taskmaster was the guy, right? Let's keep it funky.
I didn't think of it that way. I just assumed that Taskmaster was going to be a more important villain because of the skill.
Yeah, right.
Because of the skill.
Of course of that. But what I'm just saying, visually in the previews, you assume that it was a man behind the mask. At least I did. Now, you may not have. But then you come with the reveal that it's the daughter. It just reeks of them trying to jump on the women empowerment wave, is what I'm getting at. I ain't like it.
I don't know. I didn't like it, but not for that reason. That's not the vibe that I got. Like, yeah. But Because here's the thing. For me, I get why Killmonger was the villain in Black Panther. I get why Loki is, kind of was the villain. Taskmaster literally could pick up anyone's skill
by looking
so
at it.
When I say I hope that they flush this out, because if not, it was complete waste of a villain.
And when I say, so they do things, when I say like the women empowerment movement, so like the scene in Infinity War when
one of my favorite scenes. Are you talking about?
Yeah, when Thanos is I can't think of her name right now. Mm-hmm. She was like, "Oh, you're all alone. She's all alone."
No.
Yeah, like stuff like that.
Where the girls at? From front to back in the. Yes.
I like that.
That's the song I hear every time I see that.
No, but that's what I'm talking about, though. That's the women empowerment stuff. That I'm cool with that. That was good. Endgame was a little overboard when they, like teamed up, super team, walking towards Thanos to get whooped for what? I don't know.
First of all, women get stuff done.
I agree with you 100% on that.
But I was very underwhelmed by that, and so it was hard to follow. Even at that part, Natasha tries to get Dracoff to break her nose so that his pheromones, can't be used against her.
So she had already knew that.
So then
I like that.
Yeah, but he told her no.
But back up, because you ain't even tell how Natasha got in there.
Yes, I did. Yeah. And he knew. So this is what I thought was amazing because
how did Natasha get in there? I ain't hear. I missed that.
When I was talking, what's her name? What's the mom's name? Hold on,
Melina.
She walks in as Melina.
Okay, you said that?
She walks in as Melina, but he knows. Dracoff looks her in the eyes and says, "I know the child I raised," so he knew it was her.
Okay, cool.
Right? Which. I'm glad that they did that so realistic because I was really confused when it was done for Falcon and Winter Soldier.
That's what I'm saying. Just bring the movie out. You should have brought it out last year because then when Homegirl does it in Falcon and Winter Soldier, whatever the hell her name
Carter?
is. Nah, it's what is it?
The broker?
Yeah, the power broker. Whatever.
Power broker.
Yeah. When she uses it makes more sense now.
So, guys, here's my thing.
Even though we knew Black Widow used that technology before.
Yes.
We knew that,
it looked good.
But it was so much better because at the end of the movie, it all ties it together.
Marvel's done such a good job with the series that our expectations like crazy high. I thought that was good, but again, when the Taskmaster reveal, I kind of checked out. So
there was a fourth reason. I only got up to 3.
What's your fourth reason?
I'm not feeling this.
Well, are you still?
Because the fourth reason for that is because, and I'm saying it should have came out last year, is because now they got us on cosmic stuff, right? Now we're into magic and all of that. Like, to me, being back on Earth fighting was just boring.
Well, no, I think you still have to tie in your Ant-Man and your Wasp.
But they're going to be in the quantum realm.
You still have to tie some things in back to Earth.
Yeah, I
Mother
understand
Earth.
that, but nah, it was just boring to me because now I'm into them series.
It was
WandaVision got me into the magic.
It was hard. It was hard for me to watch.
Loki got me into cosmic stuff.
Yes. So even when like Natasha needed to break her nose so that his pheromones Dracoff's pheromones wouldn't control her.
Yeah.
I started thinking of Owen Wilson. One time for Owen Wilson, I started thinking of Mobius.
Her nose was crooked too. Did you peep it?
Yes, it was good. But I started thinking of something else while watching this, is what I'm trying to say.
It's bugged out though that Natasha has on Yelena's vest in Infinity War. And in Endgame.
Yeah. She's able to transfer the files. I just I liked the family aspect. I liked getting to know Natasha more.
Yeah, but it's
I don't think we needed a full movie for it. I would tell you this. And she says, maybe there's hope for the Avengers. Let me go bail them out, and you know that. But you could have done Natasha's origin story in the first hour of this movie. And you could have given us Yelena being approached and that whole backstory by Valentina.
Which tells me...
Did you expect to see Valentina?
I did not. But it was a welcome surprise after the damn...
So guys,
Taskmaster debacle.
Yes, if you have not done so already, be sure to check out our review of Falcon and Winter Soldier. That is where we meet the amazing Valentina, who is recruiting her own team of Avengers, which we now know, one of which is Captain White Privilege.
Which we should have met her first.
We would have met her first in this. And that's right.
That's what I was trying to tell you.
That's right. Yeah. Because I'm so excited to see her. And I was so what's going on when we first saw her.
You would have been the same way this time.
Yeah. But it would have paid off in Falcon and Winter Soldier.
So it just did it the opposite way. Actually, you didn't have to wait as long.
I know.
But, I mean, you said it when she first showed up. Is she the female Nick Fury?
Yes. If I dye my hair purple, mind your business. Because when it comes to Valentina, she is I and I am her.
I just know that, in the comic books, she and Nick Fury go at it.
Well, is Yelena in the comic books?
Yeah.
Is she with Valentina? What's the Avengers that group called?
Well, it's different ones. That's what I'm saying. She headed up her own group.
And what did she name that group?
I can't remember. But she had her own group.
And Thunderbolt Ross had his group.
So, again, in the MCU...
Are they mashing it up?
Yes. Are they putting it together? Are they going... Is she working for Thunderbolt Ross when it comes to the MCU?
I really liked Yelena. I'm really upset that Valentina is getting her to now come at Hawkeye.
Which... My guess would be she's going to be the villain in the Hawkeye series, the Disney Plus Hawkeye series.
I hope not. I hope they end up working together.
Well, I'm just saying.
I hope that we see that dynamic again.
She'll probably start out as the villain.
I feel like I would have liked to see more of Hawkeye and Natasha.
And that's my point on saying maybe Taskmaster isn't done. Because all the Black Widows, they didn't kill her. They took her with them.
Yeah.
So think of that team already that Valentina has. You got Captain White Privilege, Yelena, and possibly Taskmaster. Because Taskmaster was last seen with Yelena. And the other Black Widows.
Mm-hmm.
So she got a team already. Team.
Listen, guys. Are we going to watch Black Widow again? Yes.
Yeah.
We have to.
We have to.
To be able to see what we missed. Will I miss the Black Widow now that we're in phase 4?
Nope.
Yes.
The only reason why I'm saying that is because
I'm ready for everybody else.
I actually think Yelena is a better character. She's witty. She's funny. She kept getting on Black Widow for the pose. Yes. And then she did it and was salty and was upset that she did that.
This is what I was going to say.
So she has more personality right now to me than Black Widow ever had.
And when you know better, you do better. I think at the start of the MCU, as much detail as they put in everything, I don't know if they thought it was going to grow as much as it did.
Mm-hmm.
So they put more stock into the character development now than they did in the beginning.
Yeah, but I would have liked to see more of her on an actual spy mission.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying?
It was a miss.
Like,
guys.
I wanted to go all... Like, okay, you went back to 95, but go back to...
Training.
Yeah, go back to... Not even training. I'm cool with that.
How did she meet Mason? I would have liked to see that.
Yeah. Or, you know, how did she start working for Nick Fury?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Like, that's the kind of stuff I wanted to see. And what missions was Nick Fury putting her on?
I'm curious about the Hawkeye series. I appreciate their series now.
Yo, any series they come out with, I'm appreciating it. What If is next? The What Ifs are going to be really good.
I don't know. I'm not really good with animation.
Nah, but this is the proper animation.
So we'll see.
So they already got me on that. Like, they did the correct style.
This guy, the correct.
Yeah,
stuff.
there's a correct way and there's a wrong way to do the animation.
Guys, let us know what you thought about Black Widow and what you think is next. If you think there are any, like Corey said, Yelena, if you think there were any standouts there, I want to see more of Mason. I want to see what gadgets he has, kind of thing. So I'm curious. If you enjoyed our review and spending time with us and you have not done so already, please be sure to subscribe. Hit that notification bell. We'll have more coming your way. And like this video. Guys, if you've been watching us do series reviews, we don't rate each episode. But when it comes to movies, we do rate. And since we're road tripping with the Roots, we give them tire tracks. The highest rating being 5 tire tracks. The lowest is when you're on a unicycle. Which I think is
lowest is 0.
I think we gave
I already know what I gave 0. Go ahead.
Oh, what was the name of that? Artemis Fowl.
Yeah, 0.
Time that we'll never get back. If you want some laughs, we'll include that one. Overall, for an origin story.
Yep.
How many tire tracks?
This one is tricky. So, as an overall movie, if I look at this without it being in context with the MCU, the movie was great. It was a great movie.
Really? I don't watch spy movies.
Yeah.
So you thought it was good?
It was a good movie when you hold it outside of the MCU.
So if DC made this movie...
If DC made this movie, this would be the best movie they ever made.
Guys, listen, do not directors cut us, okay? I don't know why anybody thought that the additional 5 years for 5 hours, whatever. Sorry if you're a DC person.
No, listen.
Okay, so overall,
best ever. But
so overall, how many tire tracks?
Overall, I'm gonna have to give it. I'm going to generously give it a 3.
Generously?
That's a generous 3, actually.
So, I too am giving it 3 out of 5 tire tracks. All roads lead back to Civil War. I think I'm going to go back and watch that again. Comment down below what your top 5 Marvel movies are and why Civil War is one of them and why this one is not. I appreciate it for being an origin story. I want to see more of certain characters. And that's the only reason I didn't give it a 2. But the Taskmaster was... I don't know. I couldn't move past it. Guys, the moment that we saw that Taskmaster was his daughter, you could have pruned me. And sent me somewhere other than the rest of the movie. Until the end credit scene. So that's it. Let me know your thoughts. Any other last thoughts? Are we going to go back and watch it right now?
No, probably not.
Yes, we are.
Oh, all right.
I have questions. I think we're going to watch Civil War first, but, you know. I don't know. We'll probably include it in our IG story, so if you're not following us on social media, be sure to do so at Road Trippin with the Roots, or if you are following us on Twitter at Road Rudes. All right, guys. Well, until the next time.
Keep tripping.
Bye, guys.